Korean language lesson 4 at the supermarket.
Hi everyone, I am Jessica Romero and I will be the one to discuss about the 4 expressions that you will encounter at the supermarket in Korea. So let's start. Today is lesson 4 at the supermarket, and then we have 4 expressions that you will encounter at the supermarket in Korean. The first one is do you have? Second one is please give me. The third one is how much is this? The third one is how much is that? For the do you have, in Korean you will say 있어요, 있어요. And then the example of do you have tissue? Do you have tissue? Tissue in Korean is 와정지, 와정지. And then if you will ask in Korean, do you have tissue? In Korean you will say 와정지 있어요, 와정지 있어요. And then another example is do you have cigarette? Do you have cigarette? Cigarette in Korea is dambe, dambe. If you will ask in Korean, do you have cigarette in Korean words, you will say dambe 있어요, dambe 있어요. And then another example is do you have water? Water in Korean is 물, 물. If you will ask in Korean, you will say 물 있어요, 물 있어요. And then the possible answer is yes or no. Yes in Korean is 네, 네. In no is in Korean you will say 아니요, 아니요. And then for the second one, please give me. Please give me in Korean is 주세요, 주세요. And then the example is please give me tissue. In Korean you will say 화장지 주세요, 화장지 주세요. And then another example is please give me cigarette. Cigarette is dambe. And then if you will ask in Korean, you will say 담배 주세요, 담배 주세요. And then the third one is how much is this? In Korean you will say 얼마예요, 얼마예요. This in Korean is 이거, 이거. And then if you will ask how much is this? In Korean you will say 이거 얼마예요, 이거 얼마예요. And then the third one is how much is that? How much is that? How much is in Korean you will say 얼마예요, 얼마예요. That in Korean is 주고, 주고. And then if you will say in Korean, you will say 주고 얼마예요, 주고 얼마예요. For lesson for today, I hope you learned something and thank you for watching.